Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August 17th. It is 6:20 right now. Market's going to open in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started with our session for today. So a couple of things here to update. Good. A few more things here, and we should be good to go. Scan. Solid. And I think we're good to go. All right, guys. So with that said, let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. And then we can start off with our analysis for this morning. All right, let's go, guys. All right, so I'll give it a few minutes for people to make their way into the live session. As people make their way in, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the news for this morning and make sure I mark everything up before we miss it. So today is Wednesday, August 17th. There was news here at 5:30, core retail sales and retail sales, one negative, one positive. So let's go over here to 5:30 a.m. and mark up the news event. Okay, so this is 5:30 a.m. High impact US news. One negative. One positive. So you got that marked up right there. See, we got another news event coming up at 6 and 7. So, I mean, 6:30 and 7. At 6:30, we have Fed member Bowman speaking. At 7, we have business inventories. At 7:30, we have crude oil inventories. And then at 11 o'clock and 11:20, we have high impact FOMC meeting minutes and Fed member Bowman speaking. So for the live session, we have 6:30, 7, 7:30. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that up over here as well. A lot of news today. This could be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. It'd be a good thing because it can allow for volatility in the market. It can be a bad thing because it'll cause for manipulation as well. So we'll keep those marked up here. It looks like it's right on open 6, 7, 7, and 7:30, I think. So we got news almost every 30 minutes, unfortunately, but we'll try to use that at our advantage to see if that will assist with volatility in the market, because we do want price to push away from risky areas, right? Like news price, sessions, etc. So we'll keep that in mind, but we'll play around with it. So other than that, let's see who's here. Morning, Peter. Morning, Maria. Morning, Karen. Morning, Miles. Morning, Fund Me. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Stern. Morning, David. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Fraser. Morning, Seth. Morning, everybody. So today is Wednesday, August 17th. It is 6:24 right now. Market's going to open in about 6 minutes. I marked up news price right here and upcoming news. We had news here at 5:30. You can see price kind of just bounced around. We have upcoming news here at 6:30 with Fed member Bowman speaking, I believe. 7 o'clock, we have business inventories, and then at 7:30 we have crude oil inventories. So we'll see how that goes. Looking over here at the sentiment, let's take a look at what the overall bias is for this morning. Overall bias is currently, or retail sentiment is currently 70% short, indicating that 70% of retail traders are currently selling right now, indicating that we should be looking for buys overall. Looking over here at the fundamentals, they're currently down 218 points. So with that said, these two conflict because this is indicating a sell while this is indicating a buy. So what we'll have right now with the overall bias is that it's neutral. Looking over here at the chart, you can see that that makes sense because price is literally in a big range right now. It's not really doing anything. So the range right now is currently just moving sideways right here, right down the middle. So makes sense that there's neutrality amongst the overall bias until there's some sort of direction set. There's not really anywhere to trade. Also looking over here at the K2 pivots, price is just going sideways right here at these two pivots. So that's going to indicate that it's neutral as well with regard to the short-term trend. The trend meter right here has been going back and forth. It's been green, blue, red, blue, green, red, blue, green. So there's no clear direction right now, guys. So you guys want to be very careful on open. You guys also want to keep in mind that we have high impact news coming up right now on open in about 4 minutes with Fed member Bowman speaking. Hopefully when he speaks, he's going to push price one way or the other. And with that said, we can start trading in that direction. So just be patient, guys. On open here, I don't think we're going to be able to take the breakout because of, obviously there's no overall bias. Also, we're probably not going to take any scalps right away because we don't want to get caught in any whipsaws. So just be patient. We'll wait a little bit, probably after the first couple minutes or so. If the market starts to stabilize and move directional, we can start looking for trades. But right now, the spread looks fine. Looking over at FTMO, spread is currently 130. So that's perfect. But we'll see what happens when the market actually opens in the next 3 minutes or so. So let's see who's here. Morning, Marco. Morning, Ross. Morning, Patrick. Morning, everybody. Looks like more than half you guys are here already. So I'm sure people will start to trickle their way in, but the market is opening in about 3 minutes. So hopefully all you guys are all prepared and ready to take these trades. It's just gonna be a matter of time, guys. But as I mentioned, you guys want to be a bit cautious for the obvious reasons. Overall bias right here is neutral because the retail sentiment is currently indicating to take buys. Fundamentals are currently bearish. And the technicals over here with regard to the trend is neutral. So we'll see. But what I'll do right now as well is I will draw up the zones. If you guys missed the mentoring session yesterday, I think yesterday's session was pretty good. If you guys are not familiar with how the market is currently moving, I pretty much broke it down for you guys, explaining, why we're only applying the K2SR strategy at the moment. So if you guys are not familiar with how the market's moving, reason why we're trading this way, and only this way right now, I do recommend you guys go back and watch yesterday's group mentoring session. Also, if you guys are not familiar with this K2SR zone strategy, we went over in detail in the previous session last week. So if you guys want to go watch that, highly recommend it. Otherwise, if you guys just want to follow these live sessions, that's fine. You don't have to learn anything, but main goal here is for you guys to actually learn how to trade and be self-efficient with your trading. All right, guys, market is opening in about 2 minutes. Let's see who else is here. Morning, Matt. Morning, Al. Morning, everybody. We got about a minute flat. Yeah, Pat said it was a really good mentoring session as a simple tool. As it is, the original SR indicator is super useful for identifying a range. Yeah, no, definitely. And I agree too, Pat. Like if you just turn it on real quick, you'll see that price is in a range right here. Like literally you just draw where price is currently at, and you'll see that, it's legit in a range. So this is a clean chart. This is our clean chart here. You just turn on the K2SR1. And you can see that price is literally in a range. So little tool for you guys to use if you guys want to. Don't need to, but it's there for you guys. All right, so market is opening in about 10 seconds. Hey, Slava, morning. Morning, Jamie. Morning, Marlon. Morning, everybody. Market is opening in 3, 2, 1, and market is now open. So let's see where price goes from here. As mentioned, there is news coming right here. You guys can see the big spike. Fed member Bowman is supposed to speak right now at 7 o'clock. And you guys want to be pretty careful about the you guys want to be a bit careful with regard to the direction of price. So news prices right here, you definitely don't want to take any trades, where it's going to be touching. I'm going to mark up opening price right here when this candle closes. It's going to be centered as news price and opening price once this candle closes in the next 20 seconds. So this right here would have technically been an SR entry. Or, I mean, I guess not. It'd be neutral. It could technically be an SR entry because the trend meter here is a green, but we probably don't want to use that. Obvious reasons, touching news price right here. It's a clear red flag. So no entry off that. We'll mark up news opening price and news price right here off this candle. Plus news price. All right, so we got that right there marked up. You guys can see that this here could have been entry, but it's like literally right on the red flag news price right there. It would have hit full TP, but not one that I'd recommend you guys take. So if you guys are taking risky trades, you probably took that, would have hit your TP. Not one that I'd recommend just yet. But we'll continue watching. So again, right here, this will not be a valid entry. I mean, you guys can take it if you want it to be a risky one, but it's still touching news price right there. So it's definitely still a pretty big red flag right there. And the candle is too big. So what I'm looking for here now is I'm looking for price to come back down, retest the structure. If we get a wick rejection off here with a moderate green candle, then this would be an entry for an SR scalp. However, if this candle here is too big, then it's going to be obviously one that should be avoided, at least for this moment. I think this candle here might be too big. I'm adding. And spread is back up again too, guys. So yeah, thanks Frazier for the heads up. Spread is now 180 points or 180 pips. So it is going to be quite a bit risky to take these trades. Wick on top is too big, so I don't think this is going to be an entry here. Got to pay attention to this wick up here. If it's too big, then definitely want to hold off on the entry. And there's no entry off that right there. Way too big of a wick. So we're just waiting for price to come back down, retest this area over here, give it a wick rejection. And then followed with a moderate green candle. So we can take entry here. So we still don't have it yet. I do see a zone developing right here. So if price pushes up a bit higher, I'm going to see a zone develop around this point, and I think it'll close pretty solid. This right here is a breakout. It's still technically running, not one that I'm currently taking right now, but this was a breakout right here, and it's currently running in profit. So we're not really looking at the breakout right now because of the choppiness in the market. But if you were to take the breakout, this would be the breakout. It's currently running in profit right now. So if you guys are in the breakout, I do recommend moving your stop loss in profit to guarantee profits. You really don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes or so if price starts to become super erratic. So I do recommend moving your stop loss in profit if you are in the breakout. We didn't take the breakout, so this trade is not going to count even if it does hit TP. I'm just drawing it there to show you guys, and you can see price is starting to move a bit erratic now, right? It's coming right back down. And this is the main reason why I would recommend, being careful with these entries here. This is fine that price is coming back down at this point because we want it to come down so we can get that wick rejection off the structure, and then it can push price right back up. Maddie mentioned there's a lot of liquidity on the top side, 70% short with regard to retail sentiment. So we are looking for buys here. Looking at the spread, it's currently 190 points or 190 pips right now. So it is pretty wide on FTMO. Someone corrected me on that. It's not 190 pips. It's actually 19 pips, but still it's pretty wide, right? Like if you were to have to push for that much, you'd have to pretty much get quite a bit of a extra movement there. So, all right, price is coming back down, retesting. If we get a moderate green candle right here, this would be the entry. So I'm going to be following this right here. Just want to make sure the candle is not too big and the wick on the top is not too big either. So we got about 30 seconds left. B said, isn't it actually 1.9 pips? I don't think it's 1.9 pips. That's like way too small. It's gotta be like 19 pips. Because when you enter a trade, you're already negative, right? If it's 1.9 pips, that just wouldn't make sense because you shouldn't be negative at all. Since we're going for 100 pips, right? So I'm pretty sure it's 19, not 1.9. That's like way too small. Like that's literally no spread. And there'd be no reason for us to get caught. Okay, so there's an entry right here, guys, but the candle's too big. So I'm probably gonna sit out on this one. And it's too close to the sessions right here. So I'm not taking this entry right here, unfortunately. It is an SR entry because it does reject off it, but this candle here is just way too big. It's an obvious red flag. I wasn't expecting it to push that high right then and there. I'll put up the red flags right here so that you guys can see. There's kind of two red flags right here. You'll see prices near sessions and price is in the candle prior to entry is too large. Two big red flags right there. You can see how price retraces. Typically, when you get a candle this big, it'll retrace to the halfway mark of the candle, or it'll retrace to the entire candle. And the reason why you don't want to take a trade like that is because if your stop loss is within those parameters, you'll get stopped out before it pushes back up. So if you took that trade there, it would have hit stop loss, right? That's why we would have skipped it. It's just too big of a candle. Yeah, exactly. B 19 pips. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. 19 sounds a lot better because if it was 1.9, then we have no problem with spread. But the spread is if it's 19, it's okay. I mean, it's still going to be a bit of an issue, but it's not going to be horrible, right? So no entry off that right there. I wouldn't be surprised if it pushes right back up and shoots right through it. But with a candle being too big, too many red flags there to take the entry. So we're just waiting right now. John said that's crazy. I entered it 2 seconds before closing and won when the candle closed. Yeah, John entered a little early. Not recommended to do that, but I do that sometimes myself as well. So John got lucky on that one. Let me scroll up real quick, see what else I'm missing. Seth said, just so FYI, price is playing around a 34K zone. Historically speaking, flat price tends to be weird and dangerous, especially at the 1K increments, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, it does make sense, Seth. I agree. So just want to be a bit careful on these areas. Also, the Fed's supposed to be speaking right now. So it is, we should obviously wait a little bit for at least the spread to come down. I'd probably wait for the spread to come down a little bit. It's not super high right now. I mean, it's still pretty high. It's 170 or technically 17 pips. Typically it's around 13, 14. I know it's not a big number difference, but it does make a difference when you're in a trade and then it hits your TP and then, say for example, it gets to your TP, it doesn't pull you out and then it goes right back down. Right. And you guys know exactly how that happens. And you guys, it's super annoying when it happens because it obviously passes your TP, but you can't get pulled out. So let's look at this right here. If this closes as a moderate green candle, it doesn't. We also get a bearish momentum signal here. So in order for us to take any more bias here, guys, we need bullish momentum. So we need a moderate green candle with a wick rejection off structure. Plus we also need a bullish momentum signal as well. So, all right, we just got to wait for that buy signal now. Yeah, Seth said just unpredictable. I was worried about that trade, but thank God we didn't take it. Yeah, no, me too, Seth. I would have been pretty pissed because I would have followed into that trade if I didn't really think about it. And, I feel like our discipline has gotten a lot better it's been kind of back and forth the last week, but this week it's been a lot better because we've been winning a lot. So like when we win a lot, you don't have that urge to FOMO into a trade. Sorry, it's just all about being patient and disciplined. So with that said, we'll just keep waiting for another entry. There's nothing to take right now at the moment because we do need that buy signal. Yeah, exactly. Seth said, yeah, consider today also is Wednesday midweek cycle, protect thy profits. Yeah, definitely 100%. I agree. So let's see if this here closes with a buy signal. If we get a bullish momentum signal here and a moderate green candle, we can possibly take it. There's wick projections right here off of structure, the K2SR zones. So we'll keep looking out for it. This zone over here keeps disappearing. Let's delete that for now, I guess. But we're pretty much just waiting for price to swing back up. The trend is currently bullish. That's why we're only looking for buys at the moment. If it swings back down, we can look for sells. But I think for the moment and overall price may continue to push back up. It might just come down, reject off the structure here, and then push back up. Looking at sentiment right now, sentiment is currently 71% short. So we're still looking for buys overall. Looking over here at the technicals or at fundamentals, they're currently down 230 points. So they're going to contradict each other. Looking at CNBC news over here, stocks dip. So I never look at news, guys, because if you guys look at news, price typically does the opposite. So right here it says stocks dip as Wall Street rally loses steam. Investors assess fresh retail data. So with that said, I think price is going to swing right back up. Well, it already did actually. That news was released, price pushed up the opposite direction, even though they said that price was going down. And then here, I think that we're going to have some sort of correction. But even with that correction, there won't be any entries because price is right at the red flags. News price, opening price, and another news price right there as well on open. So either way, we're looking for that buy signal. We don't have it yet, but once we do get it shortly, it'll play through. So let me scroll up real quick and see if there's anything else here that I missed. Yeah, Maddie said might go test open, and that's exactly what happened. Price was up here, came back to opening price, and then now it's kind of ranging. It's back into a range. Pat's asking 19 pips. Price actually needs to move 1.9 past your TP to close, correct? I mean, depends on your lot size, Patrick, but technically you're going for like 119 pips. So instead of going for 100 pips, you need to go for 119 before I can hit your TP. So like, for example, right here, instead of this, you're going for just 2 more pips or 20 more pips higher, right? The spread is coming back down. It's back to 16. So it's looking a lot better. And that's going to be beneficial for us. So tighter spreads, easier exit, easier entry. Right now it's at 16. We typically want it to be around 13. 13 is normal for us. So 13, 14 is normal. It's down to 15 now. Looks like it's starting to stabilize. So that's looking good. Right here, we have the wick projection right here. So if price pushes up a decent amount, we get a buy signal there, then we can take this for a SR scalp. So just keep an eye on it, guys. Nothing right now. We don't want to come down and touch the news price, though. If it touches the news price, it's going to be no longer useful for us. So we got about 30 seconds left on this candle. We need to get a buy signal to come up here. So let's see where it's at. Nope. So it's come down and touched the news price. So it's going to be invalidated. It's now considered risky. Yeah, Maddie said that the market is messing with retail right now, which I agree. Yeah, Maddie said trying to give retail time to put in dumb orders. Exactly. So you see how price is dropping right here? What do you think is going to happen with price dropping at this point? A lot of the retail traders are already selling. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to add more sells, or other people are going to bandwagon onto those sells, right? So this number right here is currently 70%. If it goes up to 71%, 72%, that's going to indicate that more retail traders are starting to sell. And that's basically what the market's trying to do right now. It's basically looking to lure in some more sellers. And you don't want to be one of those people. So we're pretty much just waiting for price to push back up higher, provide us with the buy signal so that we can take this here for an entry. So let's see if a buy signal comes up. It's got to make sure the candle's not too big. All right, so no buy signal off that yet, but there's a pending one right here. So if this here closes as a moderate green candle with the buy signal, then we can take this for an SR scalp. All right, we got the buy signal right here. It still needs to close as a moderate green candle. So it's okay if it closes invalid. We won't have an entry on that, but it's going to provide momentum so that when it does swing back up higher, we'll have one to take. So just a matter of patience, guys, a matter of discipline and just waiting. We do have news coming up here at 7, so we want to be a bit careful as price gets closer to that point. But I'm hoping we can get at least one entry before we get to that news price right there. We need that buy signal. That buy signal is going to be crucial for us. So we got the pending buy signal. We got about 5 seconds. It needs to close as a moderate green candle. And it looks like it did. All right. Sure this is lined up properly right here. There's another zone that's come up right there as well. So I'm in the position. I'm not sure if I got a solid entry, but let's see. Alert there to be aware when price does hit TP. It's hit TP right there, guys. I got to close manually. Unfortunately, the spread kind of fucked me over. So I entered it and I exited. It hit TP. So if you guys hit TP, you guys got to pull out a profit. You guys don't want to take any risky trades right now because of the way it's moving. So I'm already out in profit. I only locked in 610, unfortunately. The spread got me on that one. I don't know what's up with the spread or if it's just execution time. I'm looking for another entry here, though. There might be a second one if this closes as a moderate green candle. So the wick on top's too big. I'm not taking that trade right there. Let's make sure you guys got to be paying attention. You guys got to pull out of these trades as soon as they hit TP. Don't get greedy today, guys. As you guys can see, the market is moving kind of choppy. So you don't want to be just letting the trade run. If it hits TP on TradingView, you got to pull out on your MT4. Just wait for the next one. There's going to be other entries, so don't worry about it. So let me just give a little update right here for that trade. I'm going to wait for the next one. So I'm already out of that position. Take a screenshot of my profits. Looks good. I wonder what my MFF gave me. Hopefully it didn't screw me over too much. MFF actually gave me more profit, surprisingly. So I'll take a screenshot of my profits real quick, and then we will we'll continue on. So I'm still looking for another entry here. If this closes as a moderate green candle, another entry on this. So we'll see right here. And too many things in the way. So it's right here. I'm gonna have to watch it. Let's put another alert here. This. So I didn't get a chance to enter this yet, guys. I'm gonna enter it as it comes back up. I'm gonna put a buy stop there to just fill my order as it pushes back up. All right, I'm just gonna screenshot my profits from that last trade to show you guys. Surprisingly, MFF gave me more profit for once. Let's see. My FTMO gave me a little more as well. So it looks like there was some slippage across the accounts, but not horrible. Seen worse. Let's see. Yes, that's so they kind of owe it to you. All right, so let's see what we got over here. And I wish there was a faster way to take screenshots of my profit like all at once because I have multiple accounts. I mean, I guess I could take a screenshot of my copy or just a quick screenshot, but it's not the same, man. I like seeing the blue screens. Like I wish there was a way to just look at all your MT4 accounts at once. Is market frozen? It's weird. No, it's not. I'm looking at MT4. MT4 looks different, slightly. No, it's fine now. All right, there we go. That's weird. It like hit TP on my MT4, but it's still moving over here on trading view. It's weird. I don't know if the spread is like kind of screwing me over right now, but or I don't know if the inch is this proper. I don't know. I guess maybe the entry was I don't know. I guess maybe I got better entry on the other one on MT4. Let's see. All right, let me just post this up right here in the group real quick. I don't know. Spread looks fine. Spread is at 130. We have news coming up soon. So if you guys are in this position or if you guys are still holding on to it, it might be a good time to exit soon. Because we do have news coming up shortly. So let me just show you guys real quick. So here are my profits so far, guys. This is a trade that we took earlier. 610 on my main account, 660 on my FTML copier, 660 on my MFF copier, 740 on my MFF #2 copier, and then 850 off my third MFF. So looks solid overall. The zones here are kind of all over the place now. There's another zone. I don't know how the zone came up all randomly. Let me put this right there. All right, here he goes. Price pushes back up. We're getting close to news, guys, so I might close early. There he goes. Price pushes up. Get my TP, my TP, my TP. I'm out. I had to close out early, guys. Getting too close to news. It hit TP. I had to close out manually on my account. I made about 810. It was at like 960 when I hit it, but whatever, slippage. So full TP off this again, guys, if you guys held on to it, but I would recommend just pulling out. News is coming up right now. It's not a good time to hold on to it. We got news coming in about 7 minutes. It's probably going to blast right through it, but I'm not going to take that risk. There you go. Full TP again right there. So nice profit, guys. It doesn't matter if you guys pulled out early, held on to it, whatever. You guys should have made profit on it regardless. So don't get scared, guys. Right? I can tell some of you guys are probably getting scared about that position. You know, I trust this position because I know this thing hits. You just gotta trust it, and you gotta pull. If I'm telling you to pull out early, it's because I'm also feeling risky about it. If there was not news coming up shortly, then fine, great, I'd let it be. But nah, not gonna get me today. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said, pulled early due to news. Yeah, there's news coming up, so there's not. You guys gotta learn not to get greedy, right? I think that's the main thing with a lot of people is you know that there's risk coming, but you really want that extra $200. The extra $200 isn't like I'd rather have 800 profit than a $3,000 loss, right? Because then I'll be negative for the day. So hopefully you guys pulled out already. I mean, you guys should have pulled out already. There should be no reason to still be in that position. But yeah, I mean, counts look pretty good so far, even with this like risky day. I hate when there's news every 30 minutes because it kind of gets in the way of our positions. Like we can't just let them run. We also can't we also don't want to pull out too early. So yeah, there were 2 entries, Fraser. If you look on the chat, oh, here, there's 2 of them. Well, there was another one that came up right here, but I'm not taking that one. Or actually, this wouldn't be one because the wick on the top is too big. But there's the 2 that are posted in the group, Fraser, are the ones that we took. So we took one right here, and then we took another one right here. There was there's actually another one that was right there too. I didn't even identify that. Actually, yeah, there was 2 back-to-back, Fraser, you're right. Unfortunately, I didn't catch this one here, but I was already in a position, so wouldn't matter. So there were 2 wins that happened back-to-back. Unfortunately, we missed this third one that happened today. And then there was, I think that's it. There's another one right here that's coming up, but news is coming up shortly in about 5 minutes. So I'm not going to be taking this one. But yeah, you did catch that, Fraser. I missed that one. The second one right after the one that we entered. So let me just take a screenshot of my profits real quick. We'll wait for news to pass and then we'll continue on. So nice work, Fraser, on identifying that. I didn't even see that myself. I was too busy taking my old profits, taking a picture of my old profits. Maddie said, yeah, also when I back tested and took stats, I waited 5 minutes before and after news. Okay, good to know, Maddie. So we'll wait after news is passed. Let me just go and take this off right here so you don't think we're in a position. But yeah, great work, guys. You guys should have all wins today, no losses. Even if you pulled out early or late or let it run full TP, they all ran to full TP. So should have no problem being profitable today with any or all of the trades that have come up. So news coming up in about 4 minutes, guys. Chill out for a little bit. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to screenshot my profits. And if you guys have profits to post, feel free to post them in the group as well. Just keep in mind, guys, this is all for accountability, right? It's not necessarily to show off or show people that there's it's a competition here, right? There's no competition here, guys. We're all on different levels and we're all trading here as a group. So profit, doesn't matter how small, how big it is. The main thing is that you're consistent, right? That's what I want to see from all you guys, consistency. So here are all my trades for the day. Just, being completely transparent with you guys because I don't want you guys to see, I don't want you guys to think that there's there's something else that I'm doing that I'm not teaching you guys. There's no secrets here. I'm literally showing you guys live what trades I'm taking, what I'm analyzing, and then I'm also making profits off those trades. So here is the first trade right here that we took, full TP. Here's the second trade that we took over here, full TP as well. And you can see for my first account right here, unfortunately, no green strips because I had to pull out early. The spread kind of screwed me for a second there. I locked in a total of 1,420 off my first account, full TPs off both. My second one, I locked in 1,470. My first MFF, I locked in 1,300. My second MFF, I locked in 1,480. And then my third MFF, I locked in 1,600. You can see through all my MFF accounts, even though they're the same broker, they're all different profits, which I don't know. MFF is weird. I don't know how it works. They execute at the same exact time, but for whatever reason, this one has way more than the first account. Typically, the first account has more because the first one executing, but it's all good. I mean, it is what it is. Anyways, great profits on the live session so far. There we go. As price starts to shoot up pretty heavy. So also, guys, I want you guys to understand that this is no surprise, right? We knew price was going to come up. Why did we know price was going to come up? Because we looked at retail sentiment. We saw that everyone was selling. So we did the opposite and bought. So we did the opposite and bought. We made money off that. And then also we had the trend over here indicating that it was in a strong bullish trend. Trend meter here was green, plus the pivots here were indicating a strong bullish trend. So there's no surprise that price was going to go up. We already knew this was going to happen. Manipulation happened to the downside, and then it pretty much just screwed everybody over who was trying to chase a sell. As I mentioned earlier, when price was coming down, I told you guys, what do you think people are doing? They're probably going to chase this sell, right? And what happened with the market? It did the complete opposite. So just keep in mind, guys, we're playing chess, not checkers, right? We're ahead of the game. Like when we know what other people are doing, we're doing the opposite. So just keep that in mind whenever you guys are looking at trades. Don't follow what everybody else is doing, because if you do that, you're probably not going to do well, because majority of people don't do well at trading. So when you do trade, I do recommend trading, as a contrarian, doing the opposite. But again, that's just me. You guys can trade however you like, but if you want to ask me what I think is the best way to do, I do the opposite. So other than that, guys, great profit so far. I will go ahead and post this in all the groups. I see that you guys here posted some profits too. So if you guys have profits to share, post them in the group. We will look over them. And then we will continue on with our session for today. So let me just go ahead and copy all of these over. Crap, real quick. We got a news candle right there. I'll mark it up shortly. So I will copy these over. Yeah, hopefully all of you guys here have pretty good profits for the day. You know, it doesn't matter how big, how small. Profit's profit. All right, price is pushing up even higher right now. Let me take this off, or let me mark up news candle real quick. So we got news candle right there. Take this off. Color that pink. There's going to be 7 a.m. Blown pack US news. What was the news today? Was it negative? Let's see. News was, for business inventories, it was neutral. All right. So we got news marked up there. Next news event is at 7:30. Hopefully we can squeeze in another trade before we get to that point. But let me just scroll down real quick and we will see what everyone has locked in so far. Kenny over here posted his profits, locked in $41.50 for the day. Great work, Kenny. Copy these over real quick. Scrolling up. Let's go to the other chat over here. Looking over here, let me scroll up. So let's see. Seth over here is currently up 24,000 for the day. Crazy. He was trading NASDAQ earlier this morning, traded US30 with us and a couple more. So nice work right there, Seth. Looks like he took the breakout as well. So great work right there. Seth's currently up 24K for the day. He took it London and pre-market. Jamie over here as well, currently up 843 for the day. All wins, no losses. Amazing work right there, Jamie. Solid work with the consistency. Nelly over here as well. He said he took a pre-market loss, but overall in profit now. So we took a small loss there during pre-market, made it right back on open over here as we started the live session. Currently up 109 for the day. Great work, Nelly. All right, scrolling down further. Ross over here, looks like he might have taken a loss pre-market as well. Other than that, right here during the live, you can see the timestamps from 6:30 and on. These are all during the live, all full TPs. So great work. Ross is up 11,150 for the day. Great work, Ross. Keep it up. And nice recovery on that loss last night. So pretty good. Frazier over here said first trade on his FTMO 10K challenge, pulled out early on that first scalp, but glad to be seeing blue. Yeah, definitely. When the trade's risky like that, Frazier, it's fine, right? It's better to have profit than have a loss. So you made 1741 off that trade, which is, it's just as good as having, you know, 1,700. Profit's profit, guys, especially during a day like this. You want to be safer than sorry, because I'd rather have a small blue screen than, you know, red on my screen. So nice work, Frazier. Scrolling down further, Wesley over here as well, currently at 505 off that buy that we took. So great work right there, Wesley. Scrolling down further, let me see if there's anything else over here. Kenny's profits. Nice work, 41. Looks good. Scrolling down further, Kenny again right there, 41. Nice work, Kenny. Maddie over here posted his profits. So Maddie over here is currently up 1,020. He took 2 of the trades that we took today as well. So solid work right there, Maddie. And then for that third one, he let it hit full TP. Total profit of 1,190 for today. So great consistency right there, Maddie. All wins and no losses. Here's his stats for the day so far. So the stats for applying the SR strategy in Maddie's reversal scalps. Currently for the week, we're up. We're up 8 wins and 1 loss for the entire week. So pretty solid. And Maddie will keep this updated for us as we continue along. I'll post this up in the group later when we're done with this live session. Eunice said, Sean, maybe you notice I keep joining the Zoom meetings, but my Zoom keeps leaving the meeting. Oh yeah, it's no problem, Eunice. Yeah. Just checking if Eunice is in the group now. David over here as well. David's first account, he made 76 over here. All wins, no losses. Great work right there, David. David's other account, he's up 1560. So solid work right there, David. All right, price is pushing up higher, guys, but there's no entries for us to take right now. I'm still looking, so don't worry. It's not that I've stopped looking for entries. There's just nothing for us to take at the moment. Let me help out Eunice over here. Here it is, another link. All right, price is pushing up. It's getting close to the sessions though, so it doesn't look like we're going to have any entries, even if it does provide a wick rejection off the structure right here. So it is in a bit of a risky area. We wanted to push past the sessions right there. And then we have news coming up again at 7:30, unfortunately, but we'll be watching for it here if we can find something. Maddie said pivot scalp and intraday entry risky though. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't take it, even though it did hit full TP right here. You know, this was actually a triple confluence, Maddie. I probably would have taken it actually if I saw it in time. I think the candle was just too big though, right? Yeah, it was kind of big, 230 pips. So this was a triple confluence right here, guys. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but there was a high right there. This candle right here broke and closed past it. It was a green momentum. It was a pivot scalp, intraday scalp, and also a high-low scalp. So with that said, if you guys took the trade there, it would have hit full TP. It looks like Talanji took it. It went right past and straight to full TP. So right work, Talanji. Yeah, Talanji said he took it. Jamie also took it. She made 171 and pretty solid. So Fahad, we kind of went over this over the past mentoring sessions. So that requirement has changed. It's the reason why we set it to four candles was so that you can establish that this here wouldn't disappear. But if you see it pass, like for example, if you see it passing past it and it doesn't disappear, it's pretty much established already. That's the only reason it would disappear if it passes through it. So for example, here, this candle passed through it, it didn't disappear. This confirms that it's already been established. So we'll probably have to update the video there, but that's the main reason we used it. That's why it was subjective, right? It was like 4 or 5 candles because we wanted to make sure that it actually closed. But sometimes you'll see here where it's just 1, 2, 3, and it's on the 4th candle, but it actually closes. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah, I only use the numbers there to pretty much have you guys wait, because what happened before when I first introduced the strategy is people would just enter right away, right? But now that you can just make sure that if it passes and it's still there, then it can still be used as a high-low. So we'll update that. The requirement just got easier. It's just that people need to be more patient and disciplined, waiting for it to actually confirm that it's, hasn't disappeared. So other than that, let's see. Yeah, MJ said he saw it, but he didn't like sessions being so close. Yeah, no, and I agree too, MJ. It was pretty close right there. So that's probably another reason why I would have skipped it. It's just way too close. So if you guys are not familiar with these horizontal lines, these sessions right here is, well, this red one is the London high. You can see the indicator for, or the name for this indicator on the side here. With that said, this is one of the most manipulated price points that we look at. You guys can see here, whenever price reaches that point, one of two things will happen, right? Price came over here, rejected directly off the sessions. It either rejects off it or it breaks right through and continues pushing up higher. One or the other, right? So with that said, you can see here that price bounced right off it, and that's why you wouldn't want to take a trade near it, because you can get caught in a fake out pretty easily. Same with news candle. You don't want to trade at sessions. You don't want to trade at news candle, and you don't want to trade at opening candle or news candle down here. So key areas to avoid. And either way, there just isn't any entries for us to take to begin with. So we'll see where this goes from here. All right, Patricia just posted her profits as well. So Patricia over here posted her profits. She locked in a total profit of 2,447 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. Great work, guys. You guys are doing pretty solid. Brian said working on being consistent. New York is its own beast. Asia is its own beast. Yeah, no, 100%. Brian, I agree with you 100%. It's yeah, Asia. Nice recovery, Brian. So Brian over here was trading Asia session, and he had a bit of a loss, but then he made it right back. And I hate these emoji things. They don't come up every time. All right, so there's no entry right there. See if there's anything else here. Jamie over here as well. She just posted her profits. She took those trades earlier, the high-low scalp. She locked in a total profit of 1,014. Great work, Jamie. I know you took a break from trading and you came right back like perfect, like you never left. So nice consistency right there. All wins and no losses. So just keep it up, Jamie. If you can keep doing this every single day, you should have no problem, stacking up your profits over time. So let's see if there's anything else over here. Yeah, Maddie said should have taken it, but he didn't. Yeah, no, I agree too, Maddie. PC's asking, hi, does a candle that triggers the trade not have to come out of the red zone? No, it doesn't, PC. The wick rejection. Yeah, PC. I'm not sure if you're here on the live, but PC asked a question if it's okay for the candle not to break outside of the zone. So that's not one of the requirements. If it was one of the requirements, I'd implement it into it. But in a lot of instances, these zones will be too big. Like for example, down here, the zone may be too big, but there may be an entry. And we wouldn't be able to take it because it wouldn't be able to push out, right? So we're just looking for the wick rejection. Candle within it is fine. But the wick rejection is really what the requirement's about. The candle requirement would be that it's a moderate candle, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to break outside of the zone. So looking over here, there's still no entries for us to take at the moment, guys. We have a current sell signal. So in order for us to take more buys, we need a buy signal. But even if we do get a buy signal, it's going to be right at news price right there. So not one that we could take at the moment. So Patricia posted some more profit. She's currently up 2,447 now. Nice work, Patricia. Yeah, Patricia said, got to tell you, MFF is horrible lately. I agree, Patricia. It's weird. The past couple of days, it's been giving me less profit. Today, surprisingly, it gave me more profit. I mean, I don't know. It's basically like making up for the last days. But I feel like today is like one of the days where it's more on point, right? Because or actually, I don't know. Sorry, I mean, I can't say really, to be honest. I don't know, because looking at this right here, my main account locked in 810. I thought it did it for the first trade, because my first trade here I locked in 610. It was like supposed to be on the 800 area, and then here it gave me 850, right? But then on the second trade, it screwed me over because I got 810 here, and then I got like 640 here, right? So I mean, this whole month has been kind of weird for MFF. They've been giving me weird profits. It's either solid, it's either less, or it's either more. It's just never really on point with consistency. But it is what it is, right? We can't complain about it. That's just how they work. So we'll just keep using them. If something better comes along, then perfect. We'll use them. But right now, the consensus is FTMO and MFF second. So let's see, Mark over here say copier did not execute a few trades on other accounts, but still in blue. So Mark over here posted his profits. Looks like he started a new account over here on FTMO. Nice work, 100K account. Total profit of 1,080 for the day. All wins, no losses. So solid work right there, Marco. Did pretty good. Everyone did pretty good today. Just looking at everyone's profits, you guys are doing pretty solid. Brian said 11K, all dubs. Nice, man. And this is just for the day. Brian said personal record, but all just to break even. As I took one of the scalps while in class, closed out early because I'm not playing any more games. Yeah, no, exactly. I know you're still in like dentistry school, right, Brian? So yeah, if you're in class, guys, I'd probably just sit out. I know Maddie used to trade in class all the time. He's probably gonna trade back in class when summer's over, but you guys got to have focus with these scalps here. So, but nice recovery right here, Brian. He was up 11K. He lost a couple, made it back to break even. But you know, this just shows you that it's possible, right? And this goes back to what I was saying earlier, guys, where you guys should not be focused on winning. You should be focused on not losing. Because if Brian here just had all these wins and no losses, you know, he'd have so much profit, but he ended up having a loss. He made a little mistake and then he pretty much wiped it all out, but now he's back at break even. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys can do this every day and have no losses or have minimal losses at that, it adds up, right? You have 5 accounts here, Brian, you have 50K for the day. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Jean said, LOL, I trade in class. I'm in biology lab right now. I know Jean has always been trading in class. Man, I don't know how you would take the breakout in class, Jean. I'd be sweating the entire time. Because I know you used to take it before when we used to take a breakout in the mornings. B says a 3-minute daily hit full TP. Going over here to the 3-minute. I didn't take the daily entry today, guys, obviously, but if you guys did take it, B said it did hit full TP. I'm not sure which one you took here. Did you take the buy here? Or yeah, I don't see an entry here, B, for the 3-minute. This right here wouldn't be a counter trend trade because the trend was trending down. I mean, I guess you could have taken a sell if you really wanted to, but it would have lost. So this one right here would have lost for a sell. Oh yeah, so this over here wouldn't have been an entry. B. The 3-minute daily, if you're applying the counter trend or you're applying, I mean, even the regular one. So if you're applying the regular one, it would actually be a buy right here. And if you're applying the counter trend, it would still be a buy because the or it wouldn't be an entry at all because the trend meter is green, but the pivots were a sell. So there just wouldn't be an entry there. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to do that, you could have, but sorry, back to the 1-minute. Oh yeah, so back to the 1-minute over here. There's looks like there's one that was pending here if it was rejecting off it, but nothing at the moment. Yeah, no, thanks, Patricia. We got to stick on this 1-minute right now. But yeah, no, B said, LOL, got lucky, used confidence and saw it was going to lose. So he went against it. Yeah, no, I mean, you still made a good decision on that, B. It just didn't fit the criteria, but I'm glad that you made profit off it. For me, I would have just skipped it because it's like technically the first momentum signal that we're supposed to take, but there wasn't one there. So again, guys, back on the 1-minute over here, there's no entry for us to take. Looks like we have price kind of bouncing off the sessions over here. However, we do have the news price. So even if it does close above it and provide an entry, we won't be able to take one because it's literally at news price. So I'm going to hold off on this right here, even if it does close proper, for obvious reasons. It's 7:19 right now, guys. So I'm hoping we can get an entry within the next 5 minutes or so. If not, like Maddie said from his back test, he keeps a 5-minute window between news price, right? So basically, this right here. So we had news coming up at 5. I mean, at 7:30. This is the gap where we probably want to hold off on entering any trades. So I'll keep this right here just so that you guys can be aware. Yeah, we definitely want to hold off on taking anything between this area over here. Yeah, exactly. Frazier said we're a wedge between red flags. Yeah, no, and I agree. Sucks, but we'll be holding off on that for now at the moment. Yeah, Maddie said, yeah, look how it's waking off news price. Yeah, right here. So you definitely don't want to take trades around this area right now. Gotta chill out and wait. And then news is coming up here at 7:30, so you want to be chilling out for this as well. I think this is going to be oil inventories or crude oil inventories. Yeah, we got news coming up right there. Just want to wait for it to pass. I know it's light impact, but it still will affect the market. So just sit tight, guys. Yeah, Maddie said no entries, even if something comes up. It's getting too close. It's 7:21 right now. So once it hits 7:25, definitely no entries. But even if we were to get one, we wouldn't have enough space to actually get past the news price right there. So it looks like this over here might close above it. But even so, there's no zones around this area. So we got one right here. This will technically be considered a pivot scalp entry, not one that I'm taking. As I mentioned, I'm only looking for SR rejections and high-low scalps. Main things I'm looking for. Here's a clean chart. Since we're not taking anything right now, I'm just going to mark up the high lows over here so that you guys can see market structure. I know for a lot of you guys, it's kind of hard to see, but if I mark up all of the high lows here, it makes things a whole lot easier. So looking at this right here, you can see it a lot better. Price is literally ranging, right? The bigger range is going to be right here, obviously. But the smaller range within it, you can see the big range right there, small range within it right there. So it's not even an area that you want to trade in, even if there was a trade to take. I mean, you can take SR entries, but you can see it better from here. I mean, it's pretty clear, right? Price is literally just going sideways. It's not necessarily a place you want to trade right now. All right, news is coming up shortly, guys. Solange said I took the V1, but it closed with half profit. Need to start marking news on my own chart. Yeah, I think it'd be key, guys. To avoid you guys from getting caught in risky trades, you should probably mark up the same stuff I'll mark you up on my chart. You know, it's a good habit to mark up zones, mark up news price, mark up opening price, keeping the sessions up, because this will save you from running into an unnecessary loss. Like there's a lot of losses that you guys can avoid. I can almost guarantee that as long as you guys have this, you guys have all the precautions marked up on your chart. So let's see. Other than that, there's not really much for us to take right now. I'm still waiting for something to come up, but news is coming up shortly. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we're just going to sit tight for a second. Let's see if there's anything else here. I gotta turn on annotations. I saw Frazier accidentally drew on the chart. It's okay, Frazier, I'll delete it. I always forget to disable annotations. I don't know if you guys remember it. No, you're fine, Frazier. I don't know if you guys remember that one time when someone went on the chat uh and started putting all that racist stuff. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy how people cut like, well, Fraser's not doing it on purpose, but there's like that one day when that guy came and or I'm sure it was someone that was within the group that thought it was funny, but it really wasn't funny. Like they were in the group like posting a bunch of random stuff all over the chart, pretty much trying to mess us up because we had like such a good winning streak, right? We had like a winning streak where we hadn't had a loss in like I think over a month, and they tried to like someone. It's crazy. They like literally paid for K2 to like come in and just mess with us, and we still won that day. We actually won a lot that day. I think some of you guys, some of the older members will remember that. It was like someone was like copy pasting like words throughout the entire screen, specifically about Maddie and like another member in our group. Yeah, Six said he remembers that. Yeah, Patrick said, weren't they slamming Maddie? Yeah, they were. They were copying and pasting some stuff about Maddie the whole time. And we kind of have an idea of who it was. Yeah, iPhone said don't be trading the name KKK now. Don't be changing the name to KKK now. Exactly right. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like the person came in and then they were impersonating Maddie, but they were also saying stuff about Maddie in the group, which I mean, just, blows my mind. So Patrick said, as per Maddie's backtesting parameters with the 5-minute buffer on either side of news, I just drew vertical lines 5 minutes before and after news and painted as a rectangle as no trade zone. We'll likely continue this. Thanks for the backtesting, Maddie. Oh, nice. I didn't even think about that, Patrick. So I could do that too, I guess. I mean, I guess can't write words on here, but that's it. That's a pretty good idea. Just in between, don't trade. So I mean, we already have an idea like where not to trade, but in the future, maybe I'll use something like that. We got another zone down here. Let me just make sure that all the zones here are active and relevant. If not, I'm going to clean some up because it is starting to get a little messy. All right, so I'm going to have to update this. This is no longer there. Looks like this one over here has extended a little bit. This right here is no longer there. Update that a little bit. All right, news is coming up in 2 minutes. So we got to wait for that to pass and then wait for a little longer to confirm. And then it looks like we can finally start looking for more trades. All right, so everything here has been updated. Looks good. News candle is coming up in about 2 minutes, guys. So we still have this area here, basically no trade zone, but we'll see where it goes from there. Here's a clean chart. As you guys can see, nothing's really going on. The range here is still going sideways for the most part. Yeah, so there goes a range for the 1 minute. Still nothing going on. Just going sideways on the clean chart over here. All right, so let's take some bets. Where do you think price is going to go? All right, so looking over here at the crude oil inventories, let me see. I'm pretty sure this is going to be so they're forecasting it to be, I think this will probably be negative. So if this is negative, I think price will do the opposite and will actually push up. So jokingly, we're anticipating it to go up. Not that I have any idea where it's going to go, but if the news is going to be reported as negative, I typically see the opposite happening. So let's see what the news is. And there you go, as it pushes up. We'll see as it closes. It's light impact, so it's not supposed to move too much, but let's see where it's at. It is actually positive. Wow. So they actually sold a lot of crude oil inventories. I don't know how that even happened. I guess some sort of deal came out, but it was so off. Like they were basically forecasting it to be 0.3 mil. It was actually negative 7.1 mil. So they sold a lot of oil inventories, crude oil inventories. So we'll wait until this candle here closes, and then I'll mark up news price. Candle's going to close in about 10 seconds. Price is still pushing up right there. Unfortunately, there's no entry. We do have the buy signal there. We have the buy signal coming out, but it's right at news price. So this would actually be an SR scalp if there's no news there, but unfortunately, we're not getting that. So let me go ahead and mark up news price right here. 7:30, low impact US news, positive. All right, so still looking for entries here. However, nothing for us to take since it's right at the sessions. And you can see right here, price is rejecting right off the sessions. So you guys can see the manipulation happening here. Price news was positive. What happens with price? It's coming down, doing the opposite. So typically I will do the opposite of what is released if I'm trading news. So, all right, guys, let's see what else we got over here. Talanji is asking, has anyone tested the SR rejection with invalid signals? Are we confident it doesn't matter? I mean, it wouldn't really matter because we're not trading off the signal, Talanji, if that makes sense. We're trading off the rejections. So, I mean, it could be an invalid signal. I mean, that's one of the requirements, right? We wouldn't make it a requirement unless it's been tested. So I mean, it would just be irrelevant. Sorry, I just saw that Maddie already responded to you. But yeah, it's not one of the requirements because we don't trade off the signal candle. So it wouldn't matter either way. It's just going to indicate the direction of price. I know exactly right, Maddie. Maddie said, I can't believe there are people out there that trade news. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that. It's crazy. I mean, I used to do it myself too because it was like fun to me, but nah, it's not worth it. Definitely not worth the risk. Let's see. Yeah, Solange City, I hear you. I know invalids could be invalid for other strategies, so I just asked. Yeah, for other strategies, most of the entries are based off the momentum, so that's why it would apply for those. But for this one, since the entry is not based off momentum or the momentum signal, it doesn't really matter overall. MJ said just place a parlay if you're trying to gamble. You guys can probably place parlays with MJ over here. This dude's like the king of sports betting. I see this guy in Vegas like every other week, or in the Amex lounge at the airport. Main places to find MJ if he's missing. Yeah, MJ said if it's free, it's for me, right? I know. I still gotta check out the Amex lounge there in Vegas. I heard it's pretty dope. I know the one in LAX is dope too, but it's so far. I tried to go there, but it was like an hour walk from my gate at United. All right, guys, we're about a minute away from this barrier, so I'm going to take this off. Looks like trend is starting to shift to the downside, which is perfectly fine. If price starts to make its way to the downside right here, we'll start looking for sells. In order for us to confirm that, we need the trend meter here to turn red, and then we need this red pivot to be over the green pivot. But as we discussed earlier, we're pretty much wedged between red flags. There's news price up here and there's news price down here. So, I mean, it's really going to be difficult for us to take anything at the moment because, I mean, it's just literally impossible at this point with how it's currently at. All right, new zone right here. Thanks, Maddie. Perfect. So that's exactly what I was looking for. Another zone up here. So price pushes up higher, then better for us because we can start taking some buys up there. All right, we got the bullish momentum right here. I just need price to get up to this point. Price needs to get up to this area, and then it could go sideways if it wants. We just need a wick rejection off that point, and then we continue riding it up higher. All right, so let's see what we're doing here. What do we got? So let's see. So price is now swinging back down. We have a sell momentum right here, but the trend is still not strong enough for a sell for me to take. The pivots are still crossing, so it makes it a risky trade. There is one that's possibly coming up right here. I don't know if anyone wants to take it. Trend meter is red. The only downside to this or riskiness about it is that it's an iffy candle. It's not necessarily closing strong just yet with the momentum. Also, the pivots over here haven't shifted yet. So we got about 15 seconds right here. And again, never mind. It's right at the session. So no longer an entry that we can take. Red flag, huge red flag. This would have been nice though. If it closed up here, it would have been perfect, but it closed too low right at the sessions, or not sessions, but news price. So and it would have hit TP right there. Boom. Yeah. Unfortunately, no entry there, but that would have been nice if it would have closed properly. It's just right at the red flags over here again. So guys, just a reminder, when you're confirming the trend, you're supposed to use both of these. So if the trend meter is red and this is still bullish, that's going to make it risky, right? If they're both bearish, then great, you can take the sell. If they're both bullish, you can take the buy. So when you see a trade like this doesn't necessarily mean that you can't take the trade, right? You can take it, but you got to understand that it's a risky trade. So like your probability of winning goes down substantially because there's no overall trend. This strategy is based off trend. So like you want to trade when there's a strong trend. So just keep that in mind. You guys can just use one or the other. I typically use both because I want to be for sure before I take any trades. But if not, you guys are more than welcome to apply it however you like. So now that price is below here, if price starts to drop lower and we get a rejection off this structure here and it continues to drop, then I'm looking for sells, right? So you guys can see here the pivots are starting to shift. So you can see the green is coming below the red. And with that said, we're going to have a strong bearish trend if it continues to drop lower. MJ said, would have been a triple. No, was thinking of taking it, but good with my profits for now. So I'm not trying to overtrade. Yes, this would have been a triple confluence as well, MJ, but it's right at the news price. So even though I was looking to take it, obviously I'd skip it because news price and opening price right here. But yeah, you did spot that triple confluence. So there's a triple confluence entry. That was right here. Price broke and closed below that low. So everything pretty much lined up. Would have been a good entry. All right, now that price is below here, I'm going to start looking for possible sell scalp. Price came up and touched the red flags right here. So no entry. But I'm still looking. Let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, Maddie's 70% short, so we can see happening for live ends. Casey said, hey, Sean, I set a chart through Telegram 2-hour touch trend line. Let me check. Oh, yeah, no, definitely. So Casey sent us his markup here on the 2-hour. It did touch the trend line that he drew here, so it could be making its way back to the downside. Thanks for the heads up right there, Casey. This lines up with our analysis of it possibly coming down. But now looking at this candle right here, it's like a big fake out, right? So we'll see what happens in a little bit if this ends up coming back down or if this ends up correcting right back up. But yeah, no, this does align with we're basically a switch in trend because the trend was bullish and then now you marked up that it pretty much rejected off it. Or if it did reject off it properly, it would have been, confirmation that price was likely to drop. So thanks for that, Casey. And that's what's good about this community, guys. Like, everyone here gives their input. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. We'll use everyone's own analysis to complement what we're looking at the moment. So over here, we're looking for possible sells. It lined up with Casey's markup, but now price is faked out back to the upside. So we'll see right here if there's any other entries. There's not going to be an entry now because the trend meter is now blue and the pivots here are indecisive. So with the pivots over here being neutral and indecisive, I'm for sure not taking any trades. I want it to be one way or the other. Possible sell. Trend meter here is now red, or no longer red, but still looking to see if there's anything that can come up here for a sell. The pivots are shifting for a sell here. So price is over here rejecting off the pivots, but it's staying below it. So if we get a wick rejection off any of these structures and it is a moderate red candle, we can take it. Sorry guys, if you're hearing some scratching in the back, my dog's like digging my carpet. He's ready to go out for his walk. Everybody relax. Almost done. 20 minutes too late. Let's see, Maddie said long-term direction to be bullish, in my opinion, due to sentiment. Okay, maybe this happens sooner. Update SR zones. Yeah, thanks, Maddie. So let me just update the zones real quick. All right, so this one's gone. No longer there. Oh, gosh. Okay, thanks, Maddie, for that. That was an old zone. All right, so no zones around this area right now. We're back to looking for possible buys here. Let's see. I think if price pushes up a bit higher, it's going to correct back up. So we want it to be around this area anyways. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said he's looking for a buy above news price. There's a clean chart again. Let's take some of this stuff off. So, I mean, not much has really happened. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just got messier, it looks like. Yeah, there's not really much for us to look at right now. Main thing that we're looking at would be would be for it to push above here. That's the main key, guys. Like, and we still need the bullish momentum anyways. If price pushes up here, then the pivots will switch back to a bullish trend. Also, the trend meter here will turn green as well. So it's just going to be a matter of waiting for this to actually confirm. See where sentiment is at. Sentiment is at 71%. So this indicates that 71% of retail traders are currently selling. Seems like a lot of these sellers just got lured into those sells. And now price is pushing up to stop them out. So where is the area where stop losses are sitting? Right here, right? So what do you think is going to happen when price pushes up to this point? It's going to stop everyone out, have a stop loss hunt, and push it to this next level. So let's keep that in mind, guys. That's where I see everybody's stop loss is sitting, around this area right here. So when price reaches this point, we're probably going to see some liquidity and price will continue pushing up higher. So, all right, let's get ready for it. All right, so now that price is pushed above, it's doing exactly what we anticipated, right? Trade meter is now green, pivots are now bullish. I just need it to be above news price right here. It's exactly what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for it to be above news price, and there we go. Price is pushing up. It's going to stop all these people out. You can see 71%. If price pushes up higher, we'll see where that number goes. If this number decreases, and it did, see where it's at now, 70%. What happens to that 1%? It got stopped out. It hit their stop losses right here. So there we go. Those stop losses getting hit. These sellers getting wiped out right now. That's exactly why you want to trade where everybody's trading, guys. Sentiment is key. Like, a lot of people underestimate the sentiment. Sentiment is like probably one of the biggest, best indicators that you guys can use with identifying which direction to trade. And that's perfectly fine. I prefer that less people use sentiment and we just use it. It's beneficial for us. So we'll keep using that. So let's see. All right, we got a possible K2 SR scalp right here coming up. No, I don't touch news price. All right, if it doesn't touch news price, we're good. We need a moderate green candle though. Touch news price. So no entry there. Gotta wait for it to come back up. Maddie sent me a markup. Let's see. Yeah, so this is Maddie's area over here. He marked up all the area of liquidity above there. There's a lot of liquidity sitting up top. We do have the sessions right there, so it I mean, it might be a bit of an issue, but right here we don't have an entry even if it closes because it touched the it touched news price. Okay, that's perfect. I wanted to say below here, I need a wick rejection off this structure. I need a moderate green candle. All right, cool. This closes right here. It can't touch the news candle though. So I'm looking for this moderate green candle. Spread is okay. It's 150. It's not amazing, but it's all right. Just got to make sure that you keep an eye on it, guys. So make sure you wait for this candle to close. Make sure there's not a big wick on top. It's a moderate green candle. If it does, then you can enter for a buy. But you got to keep track of your trade here, because with the spread being a little wide, it's not super wide, but it's a little wide. You might have to pull out early like we've been doing for the other trades. We got about 15 seconds left on this candle. Trying to see where it closes. And it's not going to. No, it's not going to close. All right, let's go one more try. Nope, it touched the news candle. So again, no entry off this. All right, so we just got to go ahead and wait a bit. To your All right, so question from Brian over here. I just want to give you guys a heads up. Brian's trying to get the FTMO Quick Trade Manager up, and he's on a Mac. I ran into the same issue because you can't copy stuff because the MT4 platform is on a virtual server. So you have to save it to your desktop and then open it within your MT4, if that makes sense, Brian. You just got to play around with it. You got to click File, Open. I don't know what it is. I forgot. If someone could help him in the chat, that'd be great. But if not, I'll answer his question later. Just want to give him a quick heads up. Anyways, there's no entry here at the moment, guys. Price is pushed back down. So we got to wait for it to either come back above this area, or if it pushes below here, rejection off this area down here. So we're not focused on like one direction, right? We just, if price starts to shift, then that's fine. We'll start looking for trades in the other direction. But until we get that confirmation, we can't take anything at the moment. Yeah, Patricia said, Sean, I'm out. Don't like this area. Same here, Patricia. I don't like it either. It's getting close to 8 anyway, so it's 7:50 right now. I'm gonna sit around for a little bit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If we don't get out of this area within the next 5 minutes, I'm not expecting any movements to happen anytime soon. So if that becomes the case, we'll just wrap it up. I mean, we made pretty good profit today so far, 2 wins, no losses. So it's been pretty good. So let me just add up my profits so far. If you guys have more profits to share, send them in the group, and then we'll add them to the profit post for today. So just adding up my profits for the day. Let's see, I made 1,420 off this account, 1,470 off this account, 1,300 off this account, 1,480 off this account, and my last account, 1,600. So I did pretty good so far. I mean, I only took 2 trades across all my accounts, 7,270 altogether if it's added up. Obviously, it's not one per account, but you guys can see if you guys start to have multiple accounts, it adds up. And this is literally 2 trades that were like minimal stress. So just keep that in mind, guys. That should be your goal, guys. With trading, you should be able to trade stress-free, right? You focus for about an hour a day with me here on the live, 6:30 to 8. You take the trades when they come up, and then you go on with your day. You go and do whatever you want. One thing that you guys can't, like, you guys can make as much money in the world, but the one thing you can't buy back is time. So, and health, right? So you want to make sure that you are not stressed out trading, so you have good health. And then you also want to make sure that you have time to do whatever you want, because you can't buy back time, guys. That's the whole reason I got into trading. I can probably be making a lot more money trading all day if I wanted to, but I want that balance. So I'd rather just trade for an hour in the morning, get that out of the way, and then I got the whole rest of the day to do whatever I want. Like, literally, I can do whatever I want. If I want to go to Disneyland right after this, I'll go to Disneyland. If I want to take a flight to Vegas right now, I'll take a flight to Vegas, take my laptop, trade out there. It gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. That's really what trading brings. So everyone's different. People will be greedy and they want to focus on like making as much profit as possible. For me, I just make a pretty decent amount. I mean, I guess above decent amount from trading. And then I just go on with my day. So, all right, guys, there's nothing right here yet, but we might get a sell entry if price decides to close below here. So we might have an entry right here, but it's getting close to, never mind. It's getting right next to the news candle, unfortunately. Yeah. So this just isn't a good area to trade, guys, because we're like wedged between these red flags. There's news and opening price right there, and then there's news price up here. So even if price drops below here, we can't even take the trade. Like, this would be a good trade right here, but it's right at news price. So no, I'm not going to take it. Yeah, Maddie said that's why I like trading. Shifted my mind to trying to achieve freedom instead of money. That's really what it is, guys. If you guys can focus on just winning and not losing, you'll have as much freedom as you want, because you can take 1 or 2 trades. It doesn't matter if you're on a big account, small account, you can make a couple $100 a day. And that's more than what most people make at a normal job anyways. All right, thanks, Maddie, for that. Let me update the zones down here. So the lower zones right here got updated. Appreciate you, Maddie, for giving us the updates there. So this here has been updated slightly. And as you guys can see, the zones are going to update like maybe every 10 minutes or so, or 20 minutes or so. They don't update all the time, but they do update pretty often. All right, perfect. Now that price is below here, we might be able to take a sell entry if price starts to drop a little lower. But here's the problem. Price is overextended. Price has been dropping since up here, and it has not retraced yet. It's dropped almost 1,000 pips. No retracement. Yeah, it's getting close to 8, like Maddie said. So I don't know if I'll take this here. I'll mark it up and I'll see how it looks when it closes. If it looks iffy, definitely not going to take it. If it looks really good, then maybe I'll take it. But it doesn't look like it's going to close here. Huge green candle, exactly where we were anticipating the entry to come from. But it is getting close. I mean, it's getting close to 8. Yeah, Maddie said only taking it if it looks really nice. Same here, Maddie. So Anelli posted some more profits. He's currently up 185 for the day. Nice work, Nelly. So solid work right there. Thanks, Marco, for the tip. I know Marco had the same issue as well. Marco had the same issue. Maddie had the same issue. I had the same issue. When you're on a Mac, it's a little different because you're not using the native MC4 platform. All right, guys. So there's nothing right here right now. We don't have a wick rejection off the structure. We do have a red candle, but no wick rejection, which is what we need. The weird thing is that I do see a wick rejection on MC4 though. I don't see it on TradingView. I do see it on MC4. Matt, MJ said only taking it if you guys take it. And Jonathan said I need that freedom from Amazon. Yeah, no, you'll get there, Jonathan. Don't worry. All right, so if we don't get an entry here in the next minute or two, guys, I'm just going to call it a day. There's no point in us risking right now. The price has been like choppy all day today. You guys can see there's no clear direction. Price pretty much going back and forth. And I would probably recommend that you guys sit out the day too. There's no need to force anything, guys. You know, we had a great week so far. It's been 3 days of trading, pretty much straight wins aside from the mistake that I made on Monday. That was an accidental trade that we shouldn't have taken. But other than that, we still have Thursday and Friday. So just keep in mind, you know, this isn't the last day of trading for the week. So if you guys are starting to feel that FOMO or you guys feel the need that you need to trade, then it's probably a good decision that you don't trade. Because if you guys trade off emotion, that's where you guys start to make mistakes and you guys start to lose trades. So, all right, guys, it's 3 minutes to 8. I don't have any questions right now. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat right now. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping this up for the day. And we'll be picking back up tomorrow. Let me see if there's any other news today. I think today was like the heaviest news day because it was Fed day. We do have the Fed speaking again later today. So today's probably not a good day to trade overall. We have the FOMC meeting minutes at 11. We have Fed member Bowman speaking over here at 11:20. And that's pretty much for the rest of Wednesday. Thursday, tomorrow, we have medium impact news, Philly Fed manufacturing index, unemployment claim, 7 o'clock. We have existing home sales, CB leading index, mortgage delinquencies, natural gas storage, FOMC member George speaking. We have a lot of news tomorrow actually as well, but that could be beneficial for us as well if we're looking for volatility in the market. So all right, guys, I think that's about it for today. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can. But other than that, we'll be back tomorrow. So just another reminder, guys, if you guys are not aware, K2 is going to be rebranding soon. So if you guys want access to the indicators, or if you guys are not part of the premium yet and you guys want to be part of it, you know, this is probably one of your last chances to get access to it until we close signups for probably a couple months. I'm not purposely doing that. I have to do it because we're changing the entire name, the logo, website. I mean, everything's changing. So, and it's going to take some time. Like, I'm not a coder at all. I'm not even creative at all either. I have to go find a new branding team to pretty much handle that for me. So, all right, guys, I think, yeah, John said, call it K9 dogs since you're naming it after your dogs. I know, right? I got to go buy 5 more dogs. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. So, all right, guys, other than that, have a great rest of your day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. But if not, I will see you guys here tomorrow morning for the next live session. So till then, guys, I will see you guys on the next live session. So have a great rest of your morning, guys. And if you don't need a trade, just sit out the rest of the day. Come back tomorrow morning.